What's up guys, leftstickrightstick here again, and we are playing Wonderworlds. It's a game by GlowMade. It's actually just for the iOS at the moment. It's a mobile game and it's actually made by a team of people who used to work at Media Molecule and worked on LittleBigPlanet. So you know, you can clearly see that there's some takeaways from LittleBigPlanet in this game, as well as from I feel a sense of tearaway in this as well. So you know, they're clearly using what they know, and it's like LittleBigPlanet. It's like a creation game. So you know, as you can see, I've sort of already played it already before, but just going back from the beginning, from the start, your character is called Immy, and you know, like with Sackboy, you can decorate him, and you know, just personalize him in every way, and then you know, throughout all these levels, you know, you can take photos, etc., just like you can on LittleBigPlanet. So it's just basically a portable LittleBigPlanet, although there's some issues with that, which I'll get to later. But we're going to go through all the adventure levels first, and we're going to share with you some multiplayer levels as well from the community-made levels, like we do with LittleBigPlanet. So you know, get ready for a series of Wonderworlds, and the online is called Wonder Club. It's still, you know, in its infancy at the moment. This game, there's still lots to be worked on, but you know, it seems like the dev team is quite responsive to some of the requests and stuff on their online forum and stuff. There's already fan sites already up and running for Wonderworlds as well. So you know, hopefully there's already been more than 5,000 community created levels, but you know, probably a lot of them aren't so great. But hopefully some will be pretty good as well. I mean, you know, if you're watching LittleBigPlanet and play LittleBigPlanet, you know the creator Scary Biscuit. He's also seems to be a very big fan of Wonderworlds, and he's created some nice stuff already. You know, he's been jumping out the gate really quickly with some really nice levels. So you know, going back onto how, you know, Wonderworld works, it's sort of like you control it by touchscreen, obviously, and it's sort of like there's two sides to the device. On the left side, you sort of navigate your Immy character. On the right side, you sort of do actions and adjust the camera. So it's kind of good, though I'm having difficulty sometimes navigating the camera. It's a bit difficult. I'm still getting used to it because I don't really play many games on mobile devices that, you know, require moving the camera. But you know, this game has the whole creative element, just like LittleBigPlanet. I mean, just like that. Speaking of which, we also have a similar thing to a pod, sort of my home, where I can decorate stuff, and you know, you can look around. I really haven't taken the time to decorate my home yet, because you know, I don't have all the decorations. You can unlock them as you go along. You actually gain experience points as you play, which can unlock certain items, decorations, as well as costumes and stuff. You know, there is in-app purchases where you know, it unlocks lots more stuff. There's quite a few limitations on the free version of the game, and you know, it's limited to basically 3 or 4 community levels a day. It refreshes every day, and then there's a whole bunch of sort of costumes and creation packs that come with the paid version, which you don't have access to in the free version. And also the story adventure mode only goes up to the first 6 levels in the free mode. So you know, there's lots to actually do in the if you pay, you get a lot there. But you know, we're just showing you the all the free stuff is what we're showing you in this video, and then we're going to carry on with more stuff later on. But yeah, this, you know, it's really cool. All the land, basically everything you see, there's land, and you can actually fall off and die. There's only there seems to be like a set number of times you can respawn, and you know, there's lots of touch. You know, this is a touchscreen game, obviously, so there's a touch functions like that. You have to press down on that and drag that down. You know, it's really quite simple in terms of the instructions in the level. In the adventure, they tell you how to do things, and I just like the way it looks. It looks amazing. It just gives the same feel of LBP, to be honest. And you know, so hopefully it does well. I'm just, you know, the 3D controls of the camera is just a bit throwing me off. But you know, you have to collect fluff. Fluff is like the bubbles of Wonderworlds, and there's actually enemies. There's, you know, set enemies here, which are like these little blue devil things, which you have to throw rocks at to destroy, or you can just throw them off. You can just throw everything off the whole thing. And then there's like jars which in the story mode which you can unlock costumes and items and stuff. And like you can decorate even all these levels that you play. You can there's a satchel there at the bottom, you can see. You press that and then you can access your decorations tools. You can like pin stuff like eyes, flowers everywhere. You can sort of completely change the look of a level essentially. But you know, that'd be a waste of time, wouldn't it? No, no. If it's a waste of time, let me know in the comments below what you think. But you know, there's in this whole video we're gonna go through. You'll actually see I'll get all the fluff and all the show you where to get all the additional extras. Although you know it's quite simple for the first few levels. Wonderworlds is looking really amazing. The music is very nice too. So the only thing, there's lots of things that are very annoying about the game is that basically when you start it up you have to have internet connection, otherwise it won't load, which is a real pain if you really want, if you know, sometimes you're on the go, you just don't have internet connection sometimes. And I'm playing on an iPad which doesn't have, you know, internet connectivity. I have to rely on Wi-Fi, and there's no Wi-Fi. I can't play it, which is kind of annoying. But you know, I've already suggested an offline mode and they're looking into it. Sort of like you can download levels and stuff, so hopefully they'll be coming in the future. See, there's going to be little puzzles here where you have to like navigate the camera to actually see everything, so you can't just like blitz through everything just on one set camera. You do have to move things around, otherwise you're going to miss stuff. But then yeah, this basically the other issues I'd have with this is sort of like the store is a bit confusing. But then again, you know, it's probably just you get used to it after a while. But they're looking into it as well. And then also sort of, I don't know, they seem to have, like the team of LBP and Tequila Works seem to have taken the book from LBP and just made community level browsing very difficult, to be honest. Their community browsing is not quite so great, but you know, we'll look through it a bit later. Here we go. We're gonna avoid these blue devils. And unlike Sakba actually, you know, there's actually sort of like a health meter. You can see at the top there's 3 hearts. This is very puzzle based, to be honest. This whole game, this more puzzle platformer rather than just plain platformer. You have to solve puzzles along the way. You've got to be careful you don't actually run off, otherwise you'll die and have to respawn, and there's only a set number of respawns in every level. But then some of the puzzles, you know, see here, look, there's stuff at the bottom which I didn't get, so I'm gonna have to find my way back to you know, find a way to do it. You can move the camera around to see, and then you just have to keep figuring out just by wandering around. But these are the adventure levels, so there's actually quite a lot of adventure levels, and I think it's definitely well worth you know, the price for the full game. So definitely check it out. Yes, you will see that some of these blue devil things will just jump off themselves, so you don't need to deal with them. But if they hit you, then you know you take damage. But they also dizzy themselves, so you can pick them up and you can throw them. You can throw them off, or you can throw them at each other to destroy them. I find it's more fun to just throw them off. And then sometimes jumping is a bit of a pain. See, look, then I got hit there, and I lose a life. So if you lose all 3 hearts, you obviously die. But I've collected everything in the jar, so it doesn't actually show up as you know, some new item. But all the jars have some new item. So these basically similar to how LittleBigPlanet is. What you can see here is pretty much what you can make in the game as well. I mean, in a few minutes you'll see some of the we've got some other user created levels, and then fall off, you die. So then continue. But yeah, that's where one of the jar is to get one of the items. Seeing that was kind of a risky endeavor, I'm gonna carry on. I want to carry on rather than try and show you that. And you know, look at that ugly golem thing. Now you gotta beautify it. We're gonna bring up my decoration menu. We'll put an eye there. He's got one big eye, one tiny eye. That's my golem. If you like my golem, click that like button below. But then, you know, then off we go. Then there's the end of level gates, and tells you if you've gotten everything, etc. Which is nice. It is actually very nice that, you know, they tell you if you've achieved everything, unlocked everything, which is bonus. I like this whole menu. I like the way the menu system looks per se, but then when it comes to the community levels, it's not very good at sort of going further. Now this is the last level. The cave is the last level of the free section. And then one other complaint I would actually have is all these text boxes that come up, that pop up, that tell you, that give you notifications and stuff. I feel like the text and the box itself are too small, especially if you're like if you're on a phone and playing this, on your iPhone playing this, it's tiny. So I don't know how people manage, but I'm playing on the iPad and I still find it's a bit small. So but let me know what you think. And then sort of pretty much when you see these question marks, you just have to put a decoration on this. It is all very simple stuff to be honest, but it's beautiful. The music that goes along with it is very nice. And to be honest, you're mostly getting this game for the community aspect. At least that's my opinion. And what's good about this is that these levels, when they're made, like the adventure levels anyways, if you throw something off that's necessary, like that ball as a key, it spawns back. So at least they've done some sort of testing to make sure it's okay, rather than just, oh no, it's fallen off, now you can't do anything but restart the whole level. So that's really nice. But I feel like if you're not used to playing mobile games, you will have maybe a bit of difficulty with the camera changing. I have no idea. These stones, when you throw them, you can actually just drop them and you can throw them really hard, and then you can actually kill multiple blue devils in one throw. But sometimes it just doesn't quite work out, just because you got to get your angles right, and I'm not used to touch controls. So maybe those of you with touch controls will be probably much better at this game. So there's, even when you're decorating, it doesn't pause the game. You gotta keep wary. I perished. So yeah, sometimes I don't know why. There might be some glitches here where I can't seem to get to pick up that stone. So I've got to find a different pebble to pick up then. Okay, wait, come on. No, I really can't. I don't know why that is. Alright, just gotta move around. Woo, I got something. See, that's what happens when you get something from a jar. That was actually new for me. So even if you're holding it up, the stone or whatever, you're not protected. The devil, if it comes to you, then it will still count as a hit you if you haven't thrown the stone at them. Some of the blue devils are really stupid, though. They'll get stuck behind items, like walls and stuff. So it's quite easy to be honest, this game. But it's just nice to see the creative element. I mean, there's actually lots of different. I mean, you can already tell from the adventure levels that they are quite varied as well. They can be quite varied. And there's lots of stuff that you probably had to create. I mean, you can see on Scary Biscuits, Toto as well. He's made quite a few things that are pretty amazing, and it does show off. And he's already tried to test the limits already of the WonderWorld engine, as it were. I don't really know if it counts as an engine, but yeah. So he's trying to fit as many stuff as possible, and he's same way that LBP is. It uses, there's logic involved as well as just using all the sort of materials and stuff. So if you've played LBP, you'll be very familiar with this game. If you're not familiar with LBP, this is still a very simple game to get accustomed to. I feel like it might be even simpler than LBP, to be honest, just because of I feel like there's less scope with Wonderworlds. But that is all the adventure levels right there. You've seen in the videos, you've seen where you can get everything, get all the fluff and all the items in the jars. This is like the community menu. It's filled with editors' picks, recently played, popular, and like recently published. So like what really annoys me is sort of this side-scrolling sort of selection of these levels. But these are just a few quick peeks at some of the first few community levels that I played, which were pretty cool. This is like Snowpunk by Ashani, who's actually going to make show another level by Ashani, but it's clearly some creators are really getting stuck in really quickly, and then they're trying to test out the whole game and see what they can make. So it's clearly looking like a lively community, although I do feel like maybe we need there's already fan sites, but maybe we need some way that we can sort of interact with other players a bit more in terms of liking their stuff, make it easier to go through community levels and sort of play their levels in the first place. Because I mean, if there's already 5,000 community levels, you're scrolling sideways. It's it's kind of tough to choose levels to play, and there's no like queue function, which is a bit of a shame. If you had like a queue function, you can say, oh, I'm gonna queue a bunch of levels up, and then I can come back to it later. But you know, these are being worked on, hopefully. You know, I've already mentioned these in the forum, the official forums on their website. And this is a level by Scary Biscuit Steampunk Mountains. So you know, there's really lots of cool stuff that's out in Wonderworlds. Definitely check it out. You know, there'll be links in the description below on where you can get this game. And you know, we'll be bringing you a whole bunch of community levels from Wonderworlds as well, if you guys like. Don't forget to click the like button below, guys. This is what the store menu looks like, but more than half of it is actually locked behind the paywall of actually buying the full version of the game. And there's going to be more things to come, so you know, lots to get excited for. But definitely check this game out if you haven't already. Get it for your iOS device. It should be coming to Android, maybe. I have no idea. At the moment, it's only for iOS. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to click the like button below and subscribe to Left Stick Right Stick. And we're going to bring you more Wonder Worlds content soon.